And we begin tonight with breaking news for the search for two missing boaters. The Coast Guard has suspended the search. They're doing that as of sunset tonight, which is happening right now. 57-year-old Randall Spivey and his nephew, 33-year-old Brandon Billmeyer, haven't been seen since Friday. The two missing boaters went out on a fishing trip. They went roughly 90 miles off the coast. Their boat has been found. It was upright, but there is no sign of those two fishermen. Thanks for watching Wink News at 6. I'm Russ McCaskey. We have complete team coverage tonight of this story. I want to begin with Wink News security analyst Richard Kolko, a retired U.S. Navy commander and an FBI special agent. So, Rich, let's bring you in to kind of take us through this decision to call off the search. What goes into that?
Well, Russ, the decision is calculated by the U.S. Coast Guard. They have done this for decades. This is their bread and butter. They do searches all across the country, and in fact, all across the world. And they have statistics, they have facts, they have information, intelligence. And the way they do these searches has gotten so much more advanced over the last few decades using technology that I never even heard of, frankly. But they're able to put this all together, and unfortunately, somebody in that chain of command at some point has to make that very difficult decision to end the search. And as we saw in that press release, and as we've heard from the Coast Guard today, as of sunset today, they've made that difficult decision to stop the official search by the government.
Yeah, it's not the information, it's not the word that the family here wanted to hear, but it doesn't necessarily mean that people can't go out and search. How do people move forward now?
Well, it's devastating news for the family. I mean, they got the devastating news Friday night that the boat is missing, and then today they hear the Coast Guard shuts that down, and they want to wait till that last flight, that last boat is out there searching. They go forward here. The family is going to make a decision if they're going to still ask people out there that are boating to continue looking, even airplanes that are flying out there to continue looking for any evidence. They want to find that out very specifically, and you can expect. This is a very crowded area for fishermen and boaters and all the time. And at some point, there may be some piece of evidence. They don't want to leave this as just a mystery of not knowing what happened. So whether it's a life preserver, a shirt, or some other piece of evidence from their loved ones that shows up on a beach or maybe found afloat somewhere, that's critical to this family. And they're going to hope that that happens, and they want to make sure that there is some closure to this event.
All right, Rich, thanks. And certainly the family is very hopeful tonight that they still will be found. We're going to continue our team coverage right now with reporters Bridget Bruchowski. We also have Haley Jacobs. First, let's turn to Bridget. Bridget, you've been talking with the family of the two missing men all day, and now they know that this search from the Coast Guard, at least, has been called off. So what's next?
Russ, I just spoke to the family off camera, and they got that news not too long ago. They're currently all gathered inside, deciding what their next steps will be, if they want to continue their private search and get more volunteers out on the water, or call it off. It's a very difficult decision, and they told me they'll be out shortly to tell me what they end up deciding. But the emotions have been super high today for friends, family, neighbors, and the community. Everyone I spoke with just speaks so highly of Randy and Brandon, so we'll be sure to stay on top of this search and tell you what this family ends up deciding. Back to you, Russ.
It has been a difficult couple of days now. All right, Bridget, thank you. Continuing our team coverage is Wink News reporter Haley Jacobs. And Haley, you spent the day on the water in the Gulf with a search team, so you got a firsthand look at just how difficult this task really is.
Russ, I mean, the deeper you got onto the Gulf today, the choppier the water got. As we're heading back to shore right now, it's still pretty choppy. Coast Guard did unfortunately suspend the active search for Randy Spivey and Brandon Billmeyer pending any new information, and crews say they searched over 6,700 miles by crew and air for them, using multiple resources from agencies, rescue swimmers, helicopters, and that 6,700 square miles, that's about the size of Connecticut. And I've been out here all day with volunteer crews, and it's certainly not the news we were hoping for. We're heading back to shore now, and I'm joined here live with boat captain Owen Gossett. Owen, what was your reaction when you heard that search was suspended?
It was kind of disappointing, and it's just, obviously it's a sad moment, and you hope for a better outcome. Life's short, and people should always remember to take care of their loved ones and family and friends, and just always be there to help each other out, and hopefully they get a peace of mind or something that's got a good ending to it some way or whether or another.
Yeah, we can only send prayers to the family at this time. Now, the FBI is leading the missing person investigation, and the Coast Guard says if any new information is released, then the search will be reevaluated. Live from the Gulf of America, Haley Jacobs, Wink News.
All right, Haley, thanks. And again, the search has been suspended, but the family's still talking about their next steps and what they plan to do, as Bridget mentioned. And once they make that decision, of course, we'll bring that to you. We'll bring it to you on air. We'll also bring it to you online on winknews.com. So stay tuned for more information on that. Right now, though, let's send things back to the studio.